Hello, everybody. I hope you've had a good day today. Thanks for coming to hang out. I'm going to be working on 2 mugs, this one and a black one just like it. That's what we're going to be working on tonight. And then depending on progress there, then we might jump into a couple other things. Maybe work on the teapot a little bit, do a keychain or 2. We'll see. Hi, Zumafu. How you doing, love? Hi, Patty. How you doing? How's Dale doing? And how are you? I want to know about you the most. I hope you guys are doing well. We're going to have some glare happening here. Hey, Sharon, how you doing? We're going to have a little bit of glare. I've got my blinds shut, but I also have the windows open to let some air in. It's been super, super muggy and stuffy. And now that it's starting to kind of cool down, I'm letting the air in. So if it sounds like I'm making popcorn, that's what everyone said that the blinds have sounded like before. That's just my blinds banging on the window. And in another half hour, 45 minutes, with any luck, we'll be able to open the blinds and watch the sunset together. We get to have a moment. Oops. Hi, Sue. Still another week without pressure on his foot, but I'm doing so much better. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm doing good, thank you. You got your keychain in the mail today? Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad it arrived really quickly, eh? That's fantastic. And I'm so glad you're so happy. That's so nice. I really need to start doing packing videos for the orders, don't I? I need to have something on my checkout page asking, like, for the username or something like that if you want to be tagged in a packing video or something. That would be fun. Oh my goodness. It sparkles. Doesn't it look great in the sunshine? The sun just really picks it up. Yes, and how are you doing, Sue? How are you making on that project? Sue and I were brainstorming a little bit. So I'm doing 2 mugs. Some of you have seen me do this before where I do 2 mugs of the same design, same color, but different color mug. So that's what we're doing here. We have the metallic teal on black and then the metallic teal on white. So we're almost done. I've just got some swoop clusters to do after we do these little dotted walking dots on the black mug. And so we've got a bunch of swoops coming up, and then these 2 beauties will be done. Oh, we'll do the handle, and I'll sign it as well. Have you been painting at all, Patty? Oh, I'm so glad you're so happy, love. Yay. That's wonderful. Oh, thank you, Deb. That's so kind of you. The paint that I'm using, Elisa, is it Elisa? I hope I'm picking that out of the username properly. I tend to be really bad at that. So I'm using Craftsmart Multi-Surface Metallic in Aquamarine. So multi-surface acrylic paints will adhere to a non-porous surface like ceramic. So if you're working with wood, canvas, or stone, cement, that sort of thing, then you can definitely use regular acrylics. But for ceramics or glass, anything non-porous, so you want to make sure you have the proper paints for it. The key is what you're looking for. If you see multi-purpose, that is not the same thing, okay? So what you really want to make sure you do is check the labels on your paints and see what surfaces it says they're suitable for. What you're looking for is for it to say it's suitable for glass or ceramic. Even if it doesn't say ceramic, but it says glass, then you should be good, okay? And just know that not all brands and not all paints within the same brand are created equally. Okay, so you got to kind of practice with that a lot. I'm scrolling back just to catch up, scrolling back. My packaging is cute. Oh, thank you. I love those little bags. You've got an idea? Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, thank you, Sabrina. Do you want to tell us, or is it a surprise, Sue? Elisa. That's very helpful. Thank you, Elisa. That's how I'm always going to say it now. Pastel yellow, green, blue. Ooh. How do you like the keychain, Sue? So these paints technically cure to be top shelf dishwasher safe. However, I'm super duper paranoid, especially with all the fine detail. I always recommend that anybody who gets one of my mugs just do a gentle hand washing and never ever soak in water. Like not even leave it soaking in the sink for 5 minutes. It's gentle hand wash out the inside, and off you go kind of idea. But I have friends that have used their mugs that I have made for them and put them in the dishwasher and had no issues. But my paranoia goes through the roof just thinking about it. I'm like, I don't care what it says on the bottle. Please hand wash it, because it scares the crap out of me, the idea of going in a dishwasher. But technically, they do cure to be top shelf dishwasher safe. The thing that holds the mug. So this is a cool invention that our friend Jennifer, who is Hey Got Any Guapes here on TikTok and on Instagram, she made this for me and sent me her prototype, so I got to test it out, and it is a friggin' game changer for holding mugs. It also comes with adjustable pieces of PVC in here, so I can elongate the neck or shorten it, and I think I can turn these to maybe like angle it up and down. But I haven't tried that yet, because this has been more than good enough for me. So this is available on her Etsy shop, though. Could one of our friends type in or tag Hey Got Any Guapes in the comments so that Elisa could see that her Jennifer's username on Sunday, but during the week I'm now busy with yard work. Gave up on housework till well done. Good decision. Nobody's gonna die. Is Barb here? Hi, Barb. Oh, I'm so glad that you liked it, my friend. Keeping it a surprise. Fair enough. The teapot is hiding in the back here. And I haven't done any more on it yet. But so we might work on that tonight, depending on where we get to. I started a mug with that same design, a black mug with the same design, so I'm making some progress on this. A heads up that once I get one of these done, I will open up pre-order slots for this mug. So it's not like a custom order where you would place an order and tell me what colors to use and all of that sort of thing, but it would be, if you want one of these mugs, I will open up 5 slots to make them this week. And then when I'm done those 5, I'll open up 5 more slots kind of idea. So this one will be coming into that kind of made to order scenario. God, she's so pretty. And I'm going to do one on white as well, because I want to show the difference. This is another one that I want to show the difference between the same design and the same colors, but one on white and one on black. I wish I still had some of the pale blue mugs that I did it on, but I don't. But the teapot's going to be gorgeous. Oh, and keep your eyes peeled as well, because later on this month I will be doing an auction, my first ever auction. It'll be an auction. I think I'm going to have some products available on Instagram and some products available on Facebook, and have the 2 spots, but I'm not sure which yet. Oh my gosh, that wind is bananas. Holy crap. All right, I'm going to open the blinds. Hold on a second, guys. look at the clouds. Those are some storm clouds up north. Holy. So, we don't have a sunset yet, and we might not have one, because over here, we've got that storm brewing. But then, as we go past the sun over here, blue skies, no problems. Absolutely gorgeous this way. That way, looks like the clouds that are heading to Mordor and that are funneling around Mount Doom. That's terrible. All right, let me scroll back. Love the keychain, especially the flash metallic. Oh, nice! You did a paw print too? That's awesome. I love your color choices. I got accepted into a jury show with my dotting. Oh, that's so cool, Elisa. That's so amazing. Yeah, now it's making inventory, right? That's so cool. When is that happening? How much time do you have leading up to it? Oh, thank you for asking, Deb. The link to my website is in my bio. And I've got, oops, I should move the phone. Some hand-painted items. I've got patterns as well. So if you want to learn how to paint, like this design, for example, I've got a downloadable pattern. I've got 6 downloadable patterns there now. And including the wraparound mug design as well. And then, yeah, and my hand-painted stuff. I also have a YouTube channel as well that I just started not too long ago. We're getting close. We're almost at 200 subscribers, though, which is really, really cool. And there is a whole playlist there of some tutorials as well. So if you're just learning, that is definitely a good resource for you, is to check out my YouTube channel and look at those different tutorials. And the other thing that I cannot say enough is consume content from a ton of different dot artists. Right? Find the techniques and everything else, and the looks and the color schemes and the products to paint on and the products you use. Like, just absorb as much information as you possibly can from as many different people as possible. Oh, of course, now I'm going to be blind because the sun's coming right in. Oh, thanks, Barb. Yeah, the trees are beautiful. We haven't had any big birds up there lately. There was a nest up there for a while, but it's gone now. Ah, yes. Can somebody please enter in, hey, got any guapes? Or I will write it down. Hang on a second, Elisa. I will write down her name. It is... Let me bring it up here so you can see it. Oh, does that look? Hang on. G-W-A-P-E-S. I smushed my letters together awful bad, so... Hey, got any guapes? I did do more on the card pull project, and I have a dilemma, so I need your help. So every month I pull a card for the Dot Mandala deck Facebook group. And I don't usually post I don't post the card, and I don't post what I've painted until well after a month after we did it in the Facebook group. Because I want to keep that Facebook group up. It's supposed to have some exclusivity, because it's something that you get when you purchase one of the decks, right? So if you're just going to see the same stuff that I post on my regular Facebook group or my Facebook page, then that seems like there's no reason to be a member of that deck group. But the piece that I painted last night is, it's kind of started something. And it's going to be a pattern. So I'm not going to share any more of of that piece. And I've done another one. And it's so pretty. But for those of you who are members of the group, like, how do you feel about that? Like the exclusivity part of it? Or if you were to buy a Dot Mandala inspiration deck, knowing that membership into that Facebook group was part of it, if you were interested in it, would it bother you to see me posting the work that I create on the live for that group on my other pages? And because where my head's at is I'm thinking I'm going to wait about a month and kind of let some of them build up. But I did post them in the deck group, though, Sue. So there are more there. There are pictures there of the new one that I made, too. Hi, Shannon. How are you? How's it going? How's the week at the lake? Are you home or are you still up there now? 81 days, Elisa. I've done 3 large pieces. I want to do 17 more. Oh, shoot for it, right? That's great. Oh, I miss you too, Shannon. We need to do a live together again soon. It is so fun to see, right? Because everybody's got different techniques. Everybody's got different things that they prefer to do, different ways that they prefer to do them. It's so valuable to see so many different people's perspectives and approaches to things, because it reinforces that there's no rules, right? There's no rules. You can do this however you want to do it. If you say, hey, can I put swoops there? Yes, do whatever the hell you want. Try it. See if you like it. If you like it, do it again, right? And it's so fun to watch other people. Hi, Jessica. How you doing? I'm wonderful, thank you. You did what, Barb? You got this. Oh my gosh, that was for you, Elisa? Yes. Yes, there's a Facebook group. If you shoot me a message on Facebook, so either message Mandala Love Affair or me, Jamie Merrithew, and I will send you an invite to that group. We do a live every week, and once a month, and we do like a collective card pull, so that anybody, like if we all want to try and paint from the same piece of inspiration and see how the pieces turn out, that's really what I want to try and nurture in that group, is, you know, looking at all of the different things that can result from one single word and how different they can all be. Isn't it pretty? Yeah. Unfortunately, no. So the link for the card deck group isn't in my bio. Unfortunately, it's only my other Facebook group. And I thought I was being really smart, because in the deck there's a QR code that I had printed on there, only to find out that invite links to private Facebook groups expire in like 17 hours or something like that. You like the exclusivity? Okay, cool. You just got a kitten. Oh my God, Jessica, that's so nice. Oh God, so cute. Yeah, take a look, Sue. It's pretty cool. I'll have to add that into my links in my bio, though. I haven't added it in because it's not something that just, it's not something that's open to people who haven't bought the card deck, right? The deck of cards. So I didn't want to have it in there and have a bunch of people requesting to be a part of it and me declining them. But then again, I could do it, and I could, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, I really, really, really want to show it, and I'm not going to be able to wait the entire month. I can guarantee you that. But what I am going to do is I'm probably not going to show the piece from the exact piece that we did on the live, but I might show, like in a couple of weeks, I might show the pieces that I have done since inspired by that piece, if that makes sense. Hi, Britt, how are you? What's new and exciting, Britt? How you been? How's everybody doing? I hope that you've had a good day so far and a good start to your week. Been a little hectic around here, but we're settling in. Tomorrow I have nowhere that I need to leave the house to go to. I'm so excited to sit and paint. And I got some black satin for the inside of the box. So I am going to be working super, super hard to finish the box, pour resin in the terracotta plates to finish those off, and then start getting set up and ready for the first ever Mandala Love Affair auction, which is going to be very, very fun. Doing all right, Britt? I'm doing fine, love. Thank you for asking. Oh, why did I close my paints? All right. Last thing we have is swoops. Swoops, swoops, and more swoops. Let's bring you up here, see if that helps at all. Oops. More paint. For anybody who's new to my lives, I talk with my mouth full because I hold my tools in my mouth. But I also, while I'm painting, I can't see my phone screen. So while I'm painting, I won't see any comments or questions. But please know that when I pause, like at the end of a row or just a stretch, I will come back and scroll back in my comments to make sure that I haven't missed anything. Oh, Elisa, I see your message just came through. I just got a notification there for you. So once I'm off the live, a little later this evening, I will send you a link to join the group. Oh, thank you, Susie. What have you been up to, Britt? You keeping busy? Aw, thank you, Nicole. So this is, I've painted this design quite a few times. There's other mugs in my shop that I have that are done in like green, all metallic green, all metallic purple, metallic midnight blue. I have some of them nearby. If you'd like to see them, just let me know and I can show them to you so you can see some of the different colors that I've done this in before. So I'm trying to kind of figure out which colors are the ones that people tend to like the most, because just like with the rainbow metallic, I'd like to be able to offer like a made to order. So if somebody says, hey, I'd like to order 2 of the teal on one on black, one on white, or 2 of the purple, one on black, one on white, that they could actually do that. So yeah, I'm trying to play with as many different colors as I possibly can to really get a good idea of what's going to work and what's not. What colors would you guys like to see? Assuming, remembering that this is going to be a single color design. So only one color. I've done hot metallic hot pink. I've done midnight blue. I've done a champagne color on white, on a white mug. I've done some pastels on white mugs too. like a pastel pink and a pastel purple. The pastel purple, I think, is my favorite. So anyways, let me know other colors that you'd want to see for a single color design. I do want to stick with metallics, so some of them are really tough. Like there's no such thing as an orange metallic multi-surface that I've found yet. It might exist out there somewhere, but it's not that I've found yet. But a lot of the jewel tones are the ones that are easy there. I think it would look nice in a flash metallic purple. Yes, it would. If I can figure out the proper mixture so that it would adhere to a mug, I will try that. But I haven't gotten quite that far yet with the flash ones. Right now the flash is still too bubbly too. But we'll keep trying, because yes, I agree, that purple is fantastic. Although the purple that I did mine in is a pretty damn gorgeous purple that I mixed up myself between a Craftsmart metallic purple and a Folk Art plum, and I mixed them together and it created quite a super rich dark purple. So yeah, if you guys want to see some of the other colors while we're here on the live together, I'd be happy to grab them and show them to you. Of course, they're all listed on the website as well, so you can see the pictures of them there. But if you want to see them in person, just let me know. And of course, if you have any questions, please let me know. Oh, I just moved my legs. Did you guys hear that snap? Oh, the clouds are coming more our way. I thought they were going north. They are definitely not. They're coming right at us. Well, that's not what we want. I might be getting up to close the windows if it starts raining. That wind is pretty powerful too. All right. This is a, I think this one's a 15 ounce. It's really, really hard for me to find mugs that are larger than 15 or 16 ounces, but I do tend to stick in that size range. I don't go smaller than 15 ounce. I'm one of those people that, you know, if I'm going to make a cup of tea, it's going to be a full cup of tea. None of these little tiny teacup business. So, I don't do a lot of the little mugs. I try to get ones that are as large as possible. Thank you, love. I'm so glad that you got the keychain that you liked and you're so happy. Oop. Spin, spin, spin. Gretch. Oh, thank you. If I make a mistake, there's a couple different options when you're painting on mugs, which is really, really nice. If the paint is still wet, I can just pull it off by using a cotton swab. I also have tools that are like silicone brushes. I'll show you what I mean. So there's the end there. It's like a silicone brush. So I can use this to pull paint off. And then what I usually do is I can go in with one of these stir sticks and pull off any of the parts that are dry and kind of stuck behind. If they're already dry, like if I wanted to go in and say remove this one in here once it's already dry, I would use a wood stick like this. Nothing metal, nothing that can scratch the ceramic finish. And with wood, I find you can apply a fairly decent amount of pressure without scratching the surface. Hey, Axel. I like that, the rainbow panda. I hope that answers your question, Gretch. Oh, thank you, Dark. I'm so glad that you... Dark Princess, I love that. I'm so glad that you like it. I feel blessed to have it. Aw, thank you. Hi, Doris. I haven't done a black metallic, but I did do like a dark pewter. And I might, you know what I might do is I might take one of those dark pewters and just a black multi-surface paint and mix it with the dark pewter to make it even darker. Because I found that even the darkest of the pewters, they're still very, especially on the black background, they're very, very silver, right? So I'm going to have to play with that, Doris. I'm going to get back to you about that one. I'm good, Axel. How are you, love? Oh, shit. Let my paint just sit there on the tool. Not doing anything. Mm-hmm. Oh, good. I'm glad it helped. Some days, yes. And on the days when I have the steady hand, I like to take advantage of it. I am steady most days. This art form really forces you to tune into your body. I think any kind of creating does, right? Really forces you to tune into your body and know what feels good and what doesn't feel good on that day. So once we're done with this mug, we'll do the exact same swoops on the white mug, and then we will have 2 finished mugs. Same design, same color, but just different color mugs. I'm okay. I just got back from a meeting about a summer camp I'm helping with next week. Oh, very nice. What are you going to be doing at the camp? Are you looking forward to it? Oh, those clouds are coming. There is something coming. I'll have to pull out the Weather Network app and see what's coming. I might do that in a second, you guys. Just to check to make sure there's no like tornado warnings. Because if there's a tornado warning, I really don't want to be in the solarium surrounded by glass. Ooh, shaky, shaky. It's moving fast though. So I mean, if it does bring some weather with it, it might be over quickly. If it moves quick. No pretty sunset for us to look at together tonight, unfortunately. All right. So, here we go. Mug number 1. Oh, she's pretty. A music team leader and also lead a small group of kids to different stations. That's amazing. Oh, that sounds like it'll be fun. That's awesome. Jennifer's here. Hey, got any grapes is here. We've had questions about your mug stand. So anybody who is looking for a mug stand like this, please, Hey, got any grapes is here on the live. Jennifer is the one who makes these and has them in her Etsy shop. So Jennifer, if you want to share a link or if you want to just keep saying hi a couple times so that your username is visible for people so they can get to your Etsy shop, then that would be coolio. Isn't it pretty? So the white one is going to look the same when we're done. We just have those swoops to do now. So we're going to work on that. And then we're going to do the handle. And then we will maybe work on the teapot. Yeah, we'll work on the teapot after this. All right. Time for more swoops. Aw, thank you. Hey, Jen. All right. Hang on one second, you guys. If anybody has to pee, now's a good time. I'm just going to quickly look up the weather. I just want to check on the wind to make sure that we're not in trouble here. Just in case. All right. Of course, it's taken forever to load now, right? The Weather Network. Oh, let's see. This is exciting stuff to do on a live together, right? So, what are we doing? View forecast. Hourly. It's showing just clouds, really. That's incredible that they're not showing any rain. Very impressive. All right, well then, no warnings. We are good to go. So we can just chill out and relax and not worry about windows blowing out on us. Back to happy stuff like painting. Yay, yay. It's, you know what's so funny, Donna, too, is that the amount of times that we had spoken here on TikTok, sorry, this is just a random thought that popped into my head, is that we had talked through comments and everything on my Instagram and Facebook before, and then we had talked through TikTok before, but until recently, I didn't make the connection that you were one and the same. It's so interesting, right? Because there's just so many people that we know as a username or as a name, and then, you know, it's why I love it when you guys tell me that you've changed your username so that I know who you are. And you know, sometimes it's reminding me of your username from 5 before it is now, but wow, it's really helpful. Did you see Faux Blondes? Hi, this and that, how you doing? There you go, you guys. Hey, got any grapes? Etsy is there. Slowly going to collect your beautiful artwork. Aww. I'm so glad you like it. And I'm not going anywhere. You got all the time in the world. I'm not going anywhere. All right, let's do some swoops. Oh, I need to fix my cloth first. Okay, there we go. I used just a wet face cloth off to the side to clean my tools off. In the house. It's just so neat, eh? It's so neat how we have all these different connections. All right, let's swoop it up. Has it stopped raining yet, Barb? You think you'll be able to get up to the lake? Up to the beach one of these days? It's tough to be a lurker here. No rain today. It's clouded over again. Oh, yuck. Have you been busy with events? Send the rain. I'll do my best. I promise. I will happily tell it to go to you. I'm sure Barb will too. Two events this week, Russell Peters and Shawn Mendes. Oh, nice. Did you get to stay for any of the event? Or are you done by then? You want rain in Colorado too? Okay, we'll send those over there. Tips for making a peacock feather but struggling with design. So, yes. Let me pull up a picture. Because there's a couple different ideas that I've had in the past, and then there's ones that I've done in the past that didn't work out the way I wanted to. I mean, they were still pretty, but it wasn't peacock feather images. So let's look at this one. Right? So it's a trimmed down one, but what I would do is I would do a huge gold dot, then offset, and you could even create the one with this. And then you could create lines of walking dots coming out here. You could do lines of dots going around the middle here. If you want to do more of the raw feather, like this image, for example, hang on. So like if you wanted to do something more like this image, you could start down here and you could run swoops, reverse swoops up and around. You could run reverse walking dots up and around. You could create lines of walking dots to create that as well. Does that help? The center is the big one. If you can create a nice big center dot that's in the gold and then add your blue and your dark blue purple on there, that could help. I've twice already. I'm usually gone by early afternoon. Not allowed to watch events. Oh, that sucks. Does that help, Jennifer? Walking dots and swoops, but my spacing wasn't great. That's going to be the hard part, right? Is really slowing way down to check on spacing, and could very likely result in lots of pulling the paint off and starting over again. I'm not going to lie. For a piece that's that kind of meticulous, but just take the color. You don't have to make it perfect either too, right? You can. Feathers aren't perfectly spaced. Like, look at how much different space is in between each of those bits of that feather, right? They're all different. So it's okay. It's just going to look more feathery that way. But if you want to keep it kind of tiny and in more of a confined shape, then yeah, spacing is going to be... I don't know if I do or not. I painted one for... I didn't paint peacock feathers. I can try and Google them and see if I can find them. I did one that just was peacock colors, but they were just petals. The walking dot progression from not too big to tiny was tough. Yes. So yeah, we'd have to... Do you want to Google that, Sharon? Yes? No? I don't have Pinterest on my iPad, so we'll have to go with Google. If you go peacock dotted mandala art, there's all kinds of stuff in there. Hi, Marianne. I didn't want to Google too much because I wanted to make sure I wasn't taking someone else's design. Yeah, I totally get that. So there's all kinds of them in here. Right? Mine was just the colors and then... excuse me. me again. Holy cow, that one, those snuck up. So I just did petals with the peacock colors. But that's how I did the peacock colors, though, was to do the center dot really, really big in the gold. Thank you for the blessed poos and the bless yous. I appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, those sneezes snuck up on me. All right, let's get back to the swoops. Uh-oh. Oh, I feel like there's another one coming. All right, I have to go get a tissue just in case. I'll be right back. All right. It is very Christmassy, isn't it, Jessica? Aw, thanks, Donna. Thanks, Marianne. All right, now plug your ears. I'm going to blow my nose, and I'm a bit of a foghorn, so I apologize in advance. My grandma used to get so mad at me. Don't blow so hard. It's not good for you. I'm like, well, the snot doesn't come out if I don't blow hard. Thank you. The first time I did this design, I did the white mug, and then I did the white multi-surface white pearl as the design to kind of show that contrast. And since then, this design has evolved into many, many different designs on black and white mugs in different colors. If anybody wants to see some of those different colors, I'm happy to show you a couple of the mugs that I've got around here, but they are all listed on my website as well. And this design is also available as a step-by-step downloadable pattern on my website. So if you want to learn how to paint this design, that is there as a resource for you too. 34 people heard me. Is that why everybody left too? That's why we don't have as many people here anymore. Well, all those poor bastards had their headphones in when I did that. Sorry if you had your headphones in when I blew my nose. So next on my list for patterns are going to be a set of designs that I've done on keychains, so like a little set of mini mandalas, and then or maybe even before that one, like I've got a couple, it depends on how they progress and everything, but I also am going to do that wave pattern. Do you guys remember the wave pattern that I did on the incense holder? I'm going to do a step-by-step pattern of that one. I know Kiati, one of my friends on Instagram, has been asking for that pattern for quite some time, so I really have to get that done for her because I don't want to let her down. Because she's been so patiently waiting for it. Yeah, warning, they just weren't wise enough. That's true, right? I did. I said, fair warning. It's going to happen. The white ones are pretty, eh? One of my favorite ones is I used some white pearls, some crafts, I think it was the Craftsmart, yeah, the pearl white, metallic, and mixed it with the Craft Smart Purple Metallic. I think it's called Amethyst. And in the light, it almost like color shifts between teal and purple, and it's really cool. And an incense holder too. Yeah, I need to make some more of those. I haven't made any of those in quite a while. I've got a few sitting. There are a few on my website right now. Actually, a couple that I'm really surprised are still there. If there's a couple, and isn't that always interesting, eh? The stuff that you think that, there's no way that it's going to stay in the shop long is the stuff that ends up staying sometimes the longest. But sorry, the phone just rang. Every time the phone rings, my heart stops and I kind of pause a little bit because I'm just worrying about Dad. So sorry if I'm a little distracted for a minute, just to make sure that everything's okay. I might run just to go check really quick. You didn't get notified. That's crap. That's awful. Yep, and a candle holder too. Bye, Barb. It was good to see ya. We'll see you again soon, hopefully. You have homework again to do? Yuck. Well, hang with us while you do it. Kimberly, could you do me a huge favor? And shoot me an email with your mailing address on it. I took the package into the post office today, and they said they didn't know if they were having an issue with their system because they'd had some issues, but it wasn't finding your address. It was coming up with your street name, but it wasn't going up to as high of a number as you had listed. I think it was probably their system. Oh my God. I think it was their system. So I'm going to go back again tomorrow to try and just see what happens. But if you could shoot me a quick email when you have time, no rush, with your mailing address, just so I can confirm that I've got the right one. That sucks that you didn't get notified. I don't like that. TikTok, do better. Let me just scroll back and catch up. I know I missed stuff. Yeah, I need to paint more I need to make some more candle holders. I need to get making blanks. It's good though you needed self-care after today. Oh, I'm sorry if you had a rough day. And thank you. That would be great. Jennifer, this is Craft Smart Multi-Surface Premium Ultra Bright Metallics in Aquamarine. I have had incredibly good luck with Craft Smart not bubbling after baking lately, so I'm kind of hooked on these paints. I do want to try some others and give them a shot. I haven't done any mugs that have had top dots on them in a very, very long time, and I honestly think it's going to stay that way for a while because that's when the paint tends to get thicker and you end up getting bubbles from the heat. And that was where all of the frustration was. So we're going to keep practicing with the Liquitex glass medium. But to be brutally honest, because the Craft Smart is working for me, I don't know how high of a priority those experiments are going to be, but we'll keep them going for sure. Oh, the fancy box is almost done. I got the black satin to put on the inside. Thank you, Kimberly. So I got some black satin that I'm going to put on the inside of the box. So, and it's varnished otherwise and ready to go. So once I get the satin in the box, it will be good to go. So I'm going to get that in the agenda as well as putting some resin on the 2 terracotta plates. And I'm hoping to get my 2 tables ready and have all of those pieces be part of the auction. Oh, and the teapot. So I'm going to be running my very first ever auction later this month. The box, the terracotta plates, the teapot, and hopefully the 2 tables will be part of that auction. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Kimberly. Sending you so much love. Almost done. Then we can do the handle. But before we do that, we will take a step back and have a look at it next to the black one so we can see. Same design, same colors. Same design, same colors, just a different color mug. Otherwise, they are identical. Yes, right? Whether it's one day at a time, one moment at a time, hour at a time, one moment at a time, there's always another one coming, right? And we will send you lots of love. Yes, exactly. All right, ready? There we go. God, those are pretty. Look at that metallic. It still blows me away how different they can look just being on a different surface. So cool. All right, you guys, I'm going to just put you down here for a second, and I'm just going to go run in and just make sure everything's okay with Mom and Dad. I'll be right back, okay? Because the thought made me a little like, that's unusual. Okay. All right, good news. It wasn't Dad calling. It was somebody trying to buzz into the building, and they some reason called us. All right, and fair warning again, take your earphones out. I'm going to blow my nose. Well, there's the loud motorcycles going by. It helps drown it out. All right. What do you say we work on the teapot? Should we work on that one next? Oh, look at all the love, you guys. Oh, thank you, Mrs. 222. 222222. Look at everybody, lots of love. Reached out for help today from my mentor. Good. Good for you for reaching out. That takes a lot of strength. Good for you. Thank you, Mrs. 222222. While we are here, I'll just grab. So there is the hot pink. And we've got kind of a darker green. These are all just the black ones. The black midnight blue. The purple on black, which is freaking fabulous. And, oh, and then this is the pale mauve. Isn't that beautiful how it almost has that color shift? And that is on the white mug. So all of these are available on the website with the exception of the 2 teal ones because we just finished painting them today. So they will be a good week to 10 days before they are available in the shop. But these other bad boys are there. All right. So the teal is done, which feels really good. God, that feels good. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Janice. That is so good that you're asking for help. That's huge. And Sharon Audrey's doing good. She's sleeping in Mom's room tonight, which is very unusual right now. Very, very unusual. Toot, I know, right? He is like a goose. Oh, the teapot, Jennifer. You ready? It's friggin' so cute. The teapot. The teapot is going to have the same design on it that my my wraparound mug design that I just released as a pattern. That is the pattern or the design we are doing on here. So we are just, and actually this is the same design that I started on this mug. So when you look at these two side by side, let me just get them back a little farther so we can actually see. So when we look at these two side by side, you get the face cloth out of there. So we are now currently on here, we are starting these swoops. And they will go on there, and then I will work the bottom part of the design down to the bottom down here as well. I'm so excited. And then this is just one side, then I will repeat the design on the other side. But this is just to start. Yeah, the teapot's pretty amazing. Not gonna lie. Aw, thank you, Lorianne. It's a victory because I don't always do. Yeah, it's a huge victory. Huge victory, Kimberly. I'm super proud of you. Thanks for the wow, Marianne. Hi, Kat. How you doing? That mauve is really cute, eh? So that was Craftsmart multi-surface metallic in amethyst mixed with Craftsmart metallic pearl white. You have a romper in the hot pink? Oh, that'd be awesome. Oh, you're sweet, Kimberly. Thank you. That's so kind of you. I appreciate that. I'm so glad that you guys are comfortable here with this being a space that you can just exist and be here and come here for some love. And a scarf too. No way. That's awesome. Oh, thanks, Michelle. I'm so glad you like them. I have a handicapped daughter named Lindsay. Your biggest fan. Oh, hi, Lindsay. Sending you so much love. I'm so glad you like watching. Thank you so much for all the love. Oh, that's so cool. I'm glad you guys are here. Thanks, Lindsay. Isn't it cute? It's so chubby, right? And then Sharon sent me a couple other teapots that are a totally different shape that we're going to paint soon as well. Love that camo. I'm going to sell them separately. I'm actually going to auction off the teapot, and then the mugs I'm going to do one in black and one in white, and then I'm going to offer them available as like a pre-order or like a made-to-order kind of idea. Like I'll release 5 spots, and then once so anybody who wants to order this exact mug or this exact color scheme and pattern, but on a black or a white mug, for example, they could just place the order and I would make it once the order comes in. You need a punching bag, like a punching bag? Thank you, Marianne. Yes, lots of love to Lindsay. That's so cool. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. There's a little lid, of course, too. Right, so I'll have to do something up here as well. I'm not quite sure what yet, but we'll figure that out as we get going. This might not be ready in time for the first auction. It might go into a subsequent auction down the road, but we'll see what happens. Oh, Kimberly, I'm so glad that you were able to sit and smile with us today. Hi, Tammy. It's good to see you, love. All right, so let's work on some swoops on the teapot. Now, I do need to get a smaller pool noodle for the teapot, but because I only have 1 or 2 of them, I didn't bother going and getting any kind of permanent modification for this because it's just that little bit too large. So what I did was I took this pool noodle sleeve off, and then what I did is I made a face cloth sock. So it still just makes it a soft enough surface that now it's a soft enough and a small enough one that I can do this. Now, with that being said, when it comes to a teapot, they are much more fragile. This is hanging, right? Because if I put that, even if I push that in all the way in so that it's touching the bottom here, it's still going to sag down a bit, okay? Just because this thing is so big and the mouth of it is so small. So when you have something like that that kind of, so the end of this is actually resting probably about here. I don't want to put a ton of pressure on this because I don't want to crack the teapot. So this is really about being super, super careful to make sure that you are not putting too much pressure on. And if you find that you are, or you're tempted to, then you definitely want to pull that off the stand, right? Some things aren't, just are more difficult to deal with. So I'm just getting rid of the chalk line here now. Trying not to get it too wet, and I just dunked it. All right. Lovely. So the chalk marker worked very, very well for a guideline. Made Lindsay smile so big. Yay! That's amazing. I'm so glad. That is fantastic. Oh, that's awesome, Lindsay. I'm so glad you're smiling. D-Dunk, this is a teapot that I am in the process of painting a dot mandala on, and I will show you the design that is getting painted on it. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to pull up the image of it. So this design here is what we are putting on the mug, on the teapot here. Still counted to win myriads of possible oh, totally huge. Oh, you saw it and wondering? Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those weird things, right? Like it's such an odd thing to have to size for. So the teapot might not be something that can stay on here the whole time, but we'll have to wait and see. Thank you so much. I know, all kinds of tips and tricks up our sleeves, right? So actually, I am going to take it off for now. When my wrist starts to bother me, or if my wrist starts to bother me, I will flip it back over. This is nice and big, though, so I'm not holding on to anything that's too small. I can kind of just rest it in my palm and be able to kind of do that. I've got all kinds of tricks. All kinds of them. So if there's something that you're working with and you want to know if I've got a trick for it, let me know. Remember, for swoops, take it super slow. I wonder if pipe wrap foam... Yeah, probably that would, because it's nice and thin, right? And it would provide just enough cushioning The hard part is still that it doesn't just... Why are we so close? Like, I feel like we're super zoomed in. Oh, jeez. So because no matter what we put in here, it's not going to hold it unless we have some kind of a hook supporting it up in here, up at the top. It's going to drop, right? Because as long as there's no support up at the top. So this is just one of those really, really weird things that is going to, you know, every rule and everything we think of that we could try, it's going to fight it. Floral foam can be really dusty. Really, 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 really dusty. So I would have to go with the stuff that's still very styrofoamy, not the super squishy stuff. No, this is not a brush. This is a nail dotting stylus tool or a clay sculpture tool. They come in sets that have these little balls on the end. That would be my only concern with the floral foam, is it would have to be the stuff that's still very styrofoamy and not the, you know, the stuff that's really dusty and powdery almost. I bought some of that stuff to help with some ornaments, and it got dust on everything. But I know that there were other types of floral foam, like the stuff that I used for my little half moon that's still very styrofoamy. Yep, the one that I'm painting with has a metal ball on the end. Hello, Ruby Slippers. How you doing? It's so good to see you. It's Randy, right? Did I remember right? Because I know you. Yeah, we already did something like that. What a mess we are. And this stand is actually here to try and eliminate the need for that. So, but for something like the teapot, that might exactly be what I have to do to go back to it. But I've got other things I can set it on if I need to. But the problem is nothing that I set it on is going to... If I set it on pool noodles, it's like this. So I have no choice then to be sitting way up top, whereas I need to be able to turn it towards me. So for mugs, the stand that I have is absolute perfection. Just playing now, some of your ideas aren't the best. Well, no, that's the whole thing. Everything is experimentation, right? Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing good, Randy. Yes, I got it right. It's been a while since I've seen you. I'm so glad to see you. I'm in love with this color combo too. Everything is experimentation, right? And experimentation immediately implies not perfection. Right? The teapot enjoys my gentle hold. Exactly. It cradles in there nicely. There's tons of possibilities, right? There's so many different possibilities that you can put into play to help make your life easier with all of this sort of stuff. And the key is really, just like Jennifer is saying, that, you know, she's playing with all these different setups to see what works well and what doesn't. You got to be ready to experiment and see what's going to work for you, right? Oh, thank you, Mrs. Carrie Clark. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much for the hearts. I do have a jumbo pool noodle, though. Just have to figure out how to make the center hole small enough. There you go. That would be interesting, eh? All right, let's keep going with the swoops. Let's see what we can fill in this last 45 minutes tonight. What are you guys up to this evening? Are you creating, or are you just trying to chill and relax and decompress after the day and to get ready for tomorrow? What are you guys up to? I haven't seen you need anything like it yet, so of course it's nobody. No, no, I'm good for now. Hi, Molly. How are you? It's so good to see you. Moni, I use multi-surface acrylic paints. Chilling, relaxing. Oh, nice. You did paint this afternoon? Very nice. What you making? What you working on, Sharon? Doing pretty well. Had a very low-key day today. Oh, nice. I'm glad you're getting some time to maybe take some breaths, eh, Molly? Try to come back in a bit. Gotta listen to my lecture. No problem, Kimberly. We're here and for another 45 minutes. And if we don't see you tonight, hopefully we'll see you again later this week. Sending you lots of love, honey. Just finished a vinyl decal order and now unwinding and watching the mesmerizing swoops. Yay! That must have felt good to get that order done, eh? You painted 2 on a live? Very nice, Molly. What are you making? Becky, want to start painting? Any advice for beginners? Yes, a whole bunch of advice for beginners. And you might get some other advice from other people in the comments as well. So you might need to take screenshots as well as while I'm talking. Number 1 is embrace how fun it is. Okay? Everything will improve with practice, and you will practice more if you are enjoying yourself more, right? So skill develops very quickly when you practice, like with anything. My biggest piece of advice would be to absorb the content and watch content of as many different dot artists as you can. That will help you find your style. When you're watching them, make note of the preferences of what you see them doing and the colors they're doing and the styles that they're doing and the techniques that they're using and how they're holding their hands, all of that sort of stuff. Yes, be patient with yourself, incredibly patient with yourself, right? And again, remember, you're doing this because it's supposed to be fun, right? But the more people that you can really watch their content, you can kind of pick and choose little bits from each one of the stuff that works really well for you, right? Because there are no rules at all. If it's helpful for you at all, I do have a YouTube channel that's linked in my bio, and I have a playlist there of a bunch of tutorials. Facebook groups. We've got lots of people in our Facebook groups who are beginners. And there's a bunch of great dot mandala Facebook groups out there as well. I bought this paint at the craft store at Michael's. Getting over 4th of July weekend, you need some recovery time, eh? Coasters in your box. Nice. Let me know what other questions pop to your mind, Becky. But that should be a good start for you. Have a look on Instagram and on YouTube at all the different dot artists and just start to pay attention to what kind of techniques and styles and stuff they do. That'll make a difference. Oh, thank you, Angel Lady. That's very kind of you to say. Thankfully I love it. And I always find it so interesting because, if you were to ask my friends if I was a patient person, they would probably laugh at you. Now, granted, I'm a significantly more patient person than I was when I, compared to the last time I, socialized a lot. However, it's not something that was my natural go-to move. Patience was not it. When it's something that you really enjoy, there is nothing I'd rather do. Every time I'm out doing something, I am always thinking about, I wonder what I'm going to paint later. Oh, I should paint that. Oh, I should give that a try. Oh, I should try this instead. And when that is there, you almost don't have to manufacture patience. It's just there because it's the thing you want to be doing anyway, right? Like I never have to say to myself, oh, just get through this and slow down and be patient. It's almost done. I haven't had to do that. Maybe occasionally a couple projects just needed to be done, but the process itself has always been super enjoyable. Ooh, you did a mug, Molly? That grayscale with the silvers that you posted? Holy crap, that's beautiful. If you guys are not already following mallrocks.co, I highly recommend you go give her a follow. An incredibly talented dot artist and one of the kindest human beings ever. Yeah, amazing color palettes, eh? Patience, 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 and practice, practice, practice. Yes, exactly. Let me scroll back. If you don't let the paint dry for too long, you can peel it off and reuse the same item to practice. Yes, exactly. And too long, more than 24 hours, as long as you get to it really within 24 hours, and even more than 24 hours, as long as you haven't baked it and cured it in the oven, then you should be able to get it off within the first few days. You have to put in some pretty significant elbow grease and you risk scratching the surface if you wait much longer than that. But like, especially if you can catch it like an hour or 2 hours later, peel it all off. When you want to peel it off a mug, I just use a wood stir stick like this because it's hard enough that I can apply some pressure, but it's soft enough that I'm not worried I'm going to scratch the surface. And the stuff just peels right off. Here, let me show you. Let me show you on this one because I can remove this after. All right, so see this swoop here? Let's say I want to redo it. I just use this. Just treat it like it's an eraser and it just comes right off. That's the easiest way to do it. If you are able to be patient, this is where my patience struggles, is being patient to wait for paint to dry before doing that sort of stuff. I'm not good at being patient like that. But if you can be, it's super, super easy to pull stuff off and do them over again. Thank you for bringing that up, Randy. I appreciate that. Yes, don't be afraid to try alternative. Yes, become a collector and an experimenter. That's all this is, right? Oh, good, Becky. Let me know if you have any questions, if you run into anything. I've got a Facebook group as well, and it's a great place to share your art and ask questions and get some inspiration and help from the other people that are there. And we've got people in the Facebook group on every skill level, from beginner to professional. So, and then all the different levels of professional too. So there's lots of great resources in that as well. Yeah, so many possibilities. Almost anything can be used as a dotting tool. Yes, that's other great advice. Thank you, Randy. You don't need to spend a ton of money on dotting tools. They're fun to have and they're great, but they're not necessary. I started with crochet hooks, pencils, drill bits, screws, wooden dowels. Anything that's round and flat can be really helpful. Yep, Q-tips too. Right, Donna? Yes, I used toothpicks for a long time. Yes, and if you're painting on a mug or something that is non-porous, so that would be glass or ceramic, make sure that you are using multi-surface paints. When you see multi-purpose on the paint label, that is not the same as multi-surface, okay? Multi-purpose does not equal multi-surface. What you're really looking for is on the label of the paint where it lists for you what surfaces you can use, surfaces it's suitable to paint on. What you're looking for is you want to see glass and or ceramic, but at least if you see glass, then ceramic will work as well because it's the same idea as a non-porous surface. You're most welcome, Becky. Thanks, Randy. Good tag team. You got to start teaching how to do this. Hi, Kat. Welcome back. The ends of markers and pens. Yes, toothpicks. Thank you, Jenna. How you doing, love? How you been? And thank you, Kat. So this is the same design that was part of my most recent pattern, which is that bad boy. And we are first half of the teapot, and we will do the other half as well. Say hello to the whole crew. Thank you, Marianne. I'm totally addicted to these colors. Like I just can't stop. Can't stop. Oh, I do love this design. All right, so after pink, then we go orange. You're lurking, eating some dinner finally. Good, good. How you been? Have you been busy? Sorry, that's a dumb question. It irritates me when people ask me that. Have you been busy? I'm always busy. That's when people say to me, well, let me know when you're not busy. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I'm never going to not be busy. It's always. Those metallic colors. Yes. So the orange and the yellow, I had to kind of make my own. And it's really hard to make your own metallic orange. So the orange and the yellow have some white pearl mixed in there to at least give it some shimmer. But yeah, so it's the orange and the yellow. Also, to make sure that once you put your piece, your swoop down or your dot down, if you see bubbles, try and get in there and pop them before the paint starts to dry. The paint will self-level if the paint is wet enough. So you want to try and set yourself up for success as much as you can. By keeping an eye on those sorts of things as you go along. All right. Now we're going to do yellow swoops and then green swoops, and then we are going to let these swoops dry, because then the final part will be a large teal swoop down the middle, and these individual smaller swoops need to be dry before that can happen. Don't be afraid to put your piece down and come back to it after stuff is dried. If you try to run your tool through, like if you're dragging into swoops and you try to run your tool through some half dry paint, it can get really gummy and kind of boogery. That's the best word I can say. It is happy colors, isn't it? I'm so addicted to them. You've got a farmer's market tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Are you ready? How you feeling? Are you okay? Yeah, totally can't stop. Totally can't stop, Marianne. Right? We do all of this. I saw DecoArt has a pearlizing medium. Ooh. I don't know if I could do that with multi-surface paints, because we keep being told that adding stuff to multi-surface paints could be a problem. So that would definitely have to go in the experiment pile, I think, to see if how that would work. But that's a really, really good idea. Oh, thank you, buddy. Yeah, I could add some of the yellow multi-surface with the glass medium and then try the pearlized medium just to see if it would still adhere, if it still adheres. Definitely worth an experiment for sure. I have thought about it, but I am not prepared yet to charge the amount that I would need to charge for one of those things in order to make it worth my while to do so. And I would be much more interested in the sneakers than leather bags. I don't think I would go the leather bag route, but the sneakers are very interesting stuff. But I'd also have to get specific paints for that. I'd need to get, I believe I'd need to get actual leather paints. Because multi-surface don't say that they're good for leather and fabric. I think I'd need to get specific leather paints. And unfortunately, that's not something that I'm looking to be able to invest in right now. If I had Pebeo Pearl White, that is a good idea. So if you have access to Pebeo, that is definitely an option. I add Craft Smart multi-surface white pearl paint. So I'm already kind of doing that, just in a different way. I would love you to do something for me. What were you... let me know what you're looking for. I really don't typically do custom orders, but we can always brainstorm and see what comes up. Seen mixed reviews, so you're not sure yet? Yeah, there's so many different paints out there, eh? I wanted to give I'm gonna give the DecoArt multi-surface another try and see how I make out with that this time. Yeah, I'd have to, it would be one of those things that I would have to invest in new paints, and that's not something that, even for fabric, even for the shoes, I feel like I'd need to invest in proper fabric paints so that they would actually stay. And that hasn't really been on my radar up until this point. But we'll see. Your favorite multi-surface pearl white? There you go. What is it that you like about it so much, Sharon? Is it the consistency? Is it the opacity? What are your thoughts? Otherwise, Pebeo Bait's her favorite thin, but the pearl white isn't quite so thin? That's nice to know. Very good to know. That would be a good one to have in the roster then, eh? So the teal swoop that's going to go down the middle of these clusters, I'm not going to do those until a good 24 hours after these swoops dry, just to be on the safe side, to make sure I don't end up pulling up any of this paint that I'm laying down now, right? Whoop. All right. Green swoops to go, and then we are good. Good consistency, good opacity, and good for mixing. Oh, that's fantastic. Triple threat. That's lovely. Good to know. Thanks, Sharon. That's awesome. All right. On to the green. Here we go. Green, green, green. Yeah, I know they're a little off, but that's okay. I'm not worried. Mm-hmm. There we go. Molly's still here? Oh. So we're going to have a huge teal swoop that's going to come right down the middle here when these paints are all dry. So yeah, at least 24 hours before I come back and do anything over top of these. And I'll probably wait even a little bit longer than 24 hours. But we still have more to do. So we are going to grab this one, and we are going to grab this one. That's so pretty. Oh, thank you, Breeze. I'm so glad you like it. I think this is going to be the happiest damn teapot anybody could ever see, could ever find. Blue. Purple, sorry. Purple. And now we need blue. This is so cool. Makes me so happy. All right. This one. And now we go. It looks like a little face with a big nose. Oh, it's so pretty. I think your purple, red. Ooh, yeah, the Phoenix one. Yes. Yeah, that's another color combo that needs to happen a bunch of times because it's a good one too. Yeah, it would look good on a teapot. Maybe I'll do that on one of yours. I've got one more of these, and then I've got the two that you sent me, Sharon. So maybe I'll do that on one of those. That would be cool. I can do that. Thanks, Jen. They do look like palm trees, don't they? I saw on one of the groups, maybe Christina Lee's group, there was somebody who had done one, and it was palm trees going all the way around the mandala. It was friggin' beautiful. Yeah, I've got to find those same colors or equivalent colors in multi-surface so I can do that Phoenix color scheme. You know what? I'm gonna... we'll see. I might fill in that space later, but we'll see. Okay, now I need green again. And green is going to be bigger, so that was 6, so now we're going to go to an 8. No, 8. All right. Actually, I think I'll go to a 7. 7. Yeah, much better. And then we're going to do some walking dots. We got quite a bit done. This is awesome. This is just awesome, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me while I'm doing this. You see pineapple? Yeah, totally. Yep. Pineapples with the leaves. You can also potentially see owls. Big eyes. Okay, so now I need what? I need yellow. Yellow, okay. Oh, shit. Wrong one. There we go. Now I go back to my micro daughter. Oops, way too much paint. Mm-hmm. Totally spaced out on you guys. I'm so sorry. All right, so we're going to do orange and then pink. And then we have a little bit of blue detail to add at the very end. And then the top will be done with the exception of the teal swoop in the middle. I might come in at some point and add something in here or here, but I'm going to wait until everything is done just because I don't want to make it too busy right away if it might not be necessary. You know what I mean? Hi, Ms. Ritzy. How you doing? I'm good, thank you. Walking dots is always the hardest part for you, so let me know. So explain that a little bit more. So tell me what happens when you're walking the dots, and is it spacing? Is it sizing? Let's see if I can help you at all. I know I was in the zone, eh? Totally was in the zone. All right, I should probably take a drink though too. Let's take a quick sip. Oh, that's warm. Yeah, that's warm. Oh. Nope, not good. Yes, all of the above. Okay. The first thing that I'm going to suggest to you is that potentially you are going too fast. That's one thing. One thing that can be an issue when it comes to the sizing of the dots is if you use too much paint from the start. Because what can happen there is you can end up with like one huge dot at the top and then a bunch of super small ones. Or if there's clumpies in the paint too, it can make the dots change, almost change size as you go. So the biggest things really are slow it down. Just like with the swoops, if it's not turning out the way that you wanted it to, when in doubt, slow down. But also I would recommend couple that with reducing the amount of paint on your tool. You're going to have more control. Now, it's not necessarily going to travel as far, but you can also use multiple tools. Okay? So let me grab where's my little test canvas? Where are you little? So let's say that I'm just going to put a contrasting color on here so that we can see this and work with it. Okay. I'm going to use yellow. No. I'm going to use bright green. Hold on. Bright green. This will help us. We'll see this. All right. One large and a bunch of tiny. So I think that would be too much paint. Okay. So start with that and see if that alleviates the issue, right? So if I have a dot, right? And I want to walk around it, let's say actually that I wanted to walk from here. Let's say I wanted to walk from here all the way down, but I'm not getting that far, right? So then what I can do is I can start to watch and say, okay, well, what size can I get down to? And then I could switch to a smaller tool to pick up from here, right? So don't be afraid to change your tools midway. That goes with swoops as well. Like if I'm dragging a swoop with this tool, right? If that doesn't do what I want it to, I can always come in with a smaller tool, not start quite up at the top, and be able to extend that swoop down. This is something to practice, to kind of just moving that paint around. But I do think, Randy, that it's very likely if that's mostly what it is too much on the first dot and then not enough left for the rest of it, that usually means too much paint. So give that a shot. Let me know how you make out though, okay? Yeah, switch tools. It's hard at first because you think you know where it's going to pick up and go, oh, well, I can do a dot here. And then you're going to get some one random dot down here. So it's going to be, again, some experimentation that you're going to want to go through to see which ones that you want to work with together. And like maybe it's 3 dots with this one and 5 dots with this one. So yeah, play with that a little bit and see how you make out and keep me posted. You're most welcome. I'm so glad that was helpful. Yay! Oh shit, too, and I didn't need to do those dots. Okay, so in my pattern, I actually don't use peak dots for the orange or the pink rows of walking dots. So I'm going to let these orange dots dry because then they'll just pop right off and they'll pick right off. Instead of trying to pull the paint off now while the paint is still wet. It's just going to smear all over. So if I don't have to do that and I can continue on and just let it dry and come back to it later, then that's going to be the best option. And I need to be able to put my hand down without sticking my hand into paint too. So I had to do a quick reminder of which is the new stuff. Which should I not touch yet? My pattern downloads, if you go to the link in my bio, it will take you to my shop. My most recent pattern, I believe, is linked at the top, but there is a section of my website called Patterns and Blanks, I believe it's called. So my website is mandalaloveaffair.com. mandalaloveaffair.com. And yeah, it's linked in my bio. Even if you go to the link in my bio that directs you to my hand-painted stuff, you'll be able to navigate through my website to get to the patterns as well. And there's 6 on there so far, and I'm planning on adding a crap ton more. Now, I did stick my finger in that yellow dot, but thankfully, it is okay. Does that help, Marianne? Oh, good. You're most welcome. All right, and stay tuned in a couple of weeks, and I will be showing off the piece that that is a modification of the piece from the card deck pull from last night. But I can tell you it is, if you are a member of the card pull, the deck group, yeah, it's a fun one. Like, that's all I want to paint now. It's all I want to paint. I can't wait. Can't wait to paint it more. I can't wait. All right, so now I'm going to go, oops, sorry. I'm going to go in with the pink. Actually, we'll start it here. And this time I'm not doing a peak dot. I am just going to start this, like right about there. Oops. Pink, pink, pink. So once that orange dot dries, I'm going to pull that orange peak dot here, pull that off, and then I've got a final detail to add in there that is going to be blue. Bleu. So I think this teapot is definitely a good candidate for my first auction. And hopefully I will have the updated box to show you guys very, very soon too. Maybe that's what I'll work on tomorrow. Maybe I'll clear my space so that I can get ready to resin the terracotta plates. And I will work on gluing the satin inserts and doing all of that for the inside of the box. And then I can put the hardware back on. That's going to be so fun. Because then it's going to really look finished. All right. So if I was to go back in now and to try and pull that orange dot off, see how it's still really gummy? I mean, I could do it if I want to, but I'm really just going to smear paint around. If this happens, stop here. Don't go further. Okay? Wait now for this to dry, come back and peel it off. If you start to kind of go around with this while it's still wet, you're going to get it into other dots. You're going to smudge it, and it's gonna piss you off. Okay? So for now, let's have a quick look. Here we are so far. Oh my God. Oh my God. So imagine then that we're going to have a large teal swoop down the middle here of each of these. And we're going to have a little blue reverse swoop right in here in the tips of these. Like those little blue spikes at the top. We'll have something like that there. Oh my God. Oh my God, she's amazing. And then once we get going around the other side, I'll decide if I want to add one of these clusters over here. Right now, I think it would be too squished. And I think it's almost better to leave it as is. So for now, anyway, that's the way we'll go. But otherwise, we are ready to switch it over and do the other side. Very cool. Let me scroll back. I'm missing. I'm sorry, I'm behind. 10 out of 10 can confirm all the above. Fantastic. Right? Thank you, Ms. Ritzy. Thanks, Randy. Thank you, Embrace Babies. Especially frustrating if you stick your finger in it too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I did that with, what was I painting today? It was this one. And I spun the mug and I picked my hand up and I had teal all over it right after I did the teal walking dots on the bottom. Frig, this is pretty though. Now, when I'm looking at this in the teapot, when I'm looking at this in hindsight, this midline probably could have come up to where the orange was to make more room up here and make some more room on the bottom. So I'm not going to do the exact underneath side like I did on the top, but I am going to modify it just slightly so that we still have lots of room to do this, but so that not too much of the design gets lost underneath, right? I don't want it to go down past here really, right? So I want to try and keep most of my design in that way. So I'm going to kind of keep that in mind as I'm building onto this, but I think, honestly, this is a pretty good natural stopping point for tonight, you guys, because this baby looks pretty damn good. Ooh, I'm excited, you guys. We got lots done. And I got the 2 teal mugs done. It's fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic, you guys. Yeah, when you stick your finger in it, it's awful. At least I'm not dragging my hair through it anymore, right? Thanks, Donna. All right, you guys. Well, I think I'm going to sign off for tonight. And I will be live again on Friday evening from 8 to 10. I believe here on TikTok. But I was supposed to do a live from 11 to 1 today on Facebook, and I needed to reschedule that to Friday. So 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. on Friday Eastern. I will be live on my Facebook page, not the group, but on the page. And then 8 to 10 back here on TikTok. And then 1 to 3 on Saturday on Instagram. So it'll be busy, but we'll have lots of good stuff. So a peacock. So for the peacock feather, let me try and sum up for you, Jan, because We talked about it for quite a while, so let me see what I can sum up. The basic idea, this fucking iPad. So what we kind of looked at is, if you have something like this, my recommendation would be to start with a gold center dot, and then add the blue and then the dark. You could even notch it on the top, and then work rows of walking dots or swoops going out and around, and you could even change some color. You could do a row of just tiny dots around the middle like you would a center dot, and you could make it as wispy as you want to with swoops, or you could make it just all dotted there too. I hope that helps, Jan. Bye, Sharon. Take care of yourself. Lots of love, Jennifer. Yeah, so it's really getting that center dot that's going to be key for a peacock feather, right? Is getting that in there. Now you could do a blue center dot and then you could do gold walking dots around to create a bit of a petal, and then do swoops around them for the feathers. But the center dot is where I think you can really help yourself out by choosing a nice big one, instead of trying to make like the black the center dot and create all the color around it. That could be really difficult. See you then, Michelle. Bye, Patty. Take care of yourself. Sending you lots of love. It was good to see you, Randy. I'm glad you were able to hang out. Julie, I've got a bunch of keychains that are listed on my website right now. If any of those are the ones that you'd like, I do have one design that does have 6 in stock. But if there's a particular design you're looking for, you can let me know. I don't typically do custom orders, but I can take a look at your requests and see if and when I can fit that into the production line. So if you want to shoot me a message, Juliet, shoot me a message. Probably on Instagram is the best place to go. And we'll have a look and see what's possible. But there are keychains available on my website right now. I am going to be adding more. I just need to get more painted. But we'll go from there. Did that help, Jan? Okay, good. All right. Lots of love, you guys. Thanks again so much for coming to hang out and choosing to spend your spare time with me. It means the absolute world to me. And I look forward to hanging out with you again really soon. Lots of love. Bye-bye. Oh, and Jan, this will be put up in Patreon, this video, so you might be able to see the whole peacock discussion as well. Okay, now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.